Alpine is a very unique map, and it is an outbreak map. It is very fun to play. However, once you explore the whole map, it feels empty. It feels big but empty. And this is symbolized in the map. When you look at the map, this everything surrounding it, it's very huge, but there's nothing in the middle. It has no content. And I think this could have been made into a really amazing outbreak map. However, at this moment in time, it is just empty, and it doesn't feel like it has anything to present the player with. Here is my retrospective on Alpine. This is the most likely spot to be spawned in, and there's two buildings to the side, and in front lays the main attraction. And as you go further and deeper into these buildings, you'll find zombies laying there, and also something else too. And as you go into the first building, zombies will spawn as soon as you get close to it, and you'll have to kill them. You won't find much in this building, and I feel like if they added more of an incentive to go into these buildings, I think it'd be a lot better and it'd flow a lot better. However, it doesn't have any incentive to go in other than the essence trap and a box at the top. However, I love the detail in this little house, and I love how it flows. I love all the ways you could go through it, and I just love how it looks. The aesthetics match the map perfectly. I can't say that about every single building in this area. However, this is one of the buildings I really do enjoy and appreciate. And I love how you could go up top and you can see the whole area in front of you. You can see the whole adventure. Well, at least a little part of it, at least. And it looks very small from here. It doesn't look like too much. And then as you go down either from that little ladder or from either jumping off, because there's parachutes in this game, you'll be able to be greeted with the next two buildings. A little resting area with lockers, and another part in front of that, another big building. As you go into the building, you'll fight hordes of zombies depending on what round you are, and you'll find a chest, maybe if you're lucky, or you might just find an essence trap. However, once you go deep inside this building, well, there's only one room, you'll be able to be greeted with the Wonder Fizz machine. And I believe a Wonder Fizz machine should be on each outbreak map. However, I wished it was just one perk machine. I wish it was just quick revive. If it was just quick revive, I feel like this map would feel a lot harder. I feel like there's more progression than just being spawned in right in front of the perks. However, there's no real way to get these perks yet, so I'm not too against it, unlike on just regular maps. However, as you go and you want to go down the hill more, you'll be greeted with two things to go through there. You'll be found with the jump pad, which you can use with $500. However, once you go on, you'll probably be able to find 2,500 credits if you're lucky, because there's this little essence drops that you'll be able to find. They're each worth 500, and there's 5 of them on your way down. And I love how it looks. I love the way you go down. It looks so nice, and it really shows you how big the map is. In the beginning, it looked small. However, as you go further and further, you see just how gigantic this whole map is. However, there's a second option. You could take the little motorcycles that are placed conveniently right next to you, and you could go down the hill. It's very fun, and you'll see a bunch of zombies. You could either avoid them or just run them over or kill them. And as you go through, you'll be greeted with another house, a second location, or however you would like to think about it. I think of it as the second part of the map, the second part of the ski. And as you go further in, you'll be greeted with the little challenge area where you could buy challenges and you'll be able to get something. And inside the house, it's very nice, it looks very cozy. However, it's empty as hell. I wish they put something other than incel inside of the house. However, they didn't. There's no incentive to go in. It flows well, just like most of the buildings, and there's a lot of detail. I just wish they added more to it, more of an incentive to go inside. But you'll be able to get stronger. You'll be able to find another motorcycle, and you'll be able to find a tank. And with the tank, well, power comes into your hands, and you can just start shooting these fucking zombies left and right with this tank, shooting them down over and over again. I love using the tank to go down this little ski ramp. I love it so much. This little ski area is so fun with the tank. You can just shoot them down, run them over, however the hell you fucking want, and you just shoot them, pop, pop, pop. It's amazing. And you go further down the map, and well, your tank will probably lose HP, and you'll probably be able to face yourself with some dogs, and if you're on any round actually, you'll be faced with a tiny boss zombie. You'll be able to find either one of these manglers, which is easy to destroy, or you'll be found with the Panzer on later rounds. However, it's an easy way down with this, or you can make a fast escape with your motorcycle. However, once you finally get down, you get to the base of the map. Once you make your way down to the base of the mountain, you'll be able to find a pro shop. And in this pro shop, you'll be greeted with a lot of lively memories, yet feels extremely lonely. There's a crafting table at the top of it, making it worthwhile to go into this building. There's also a weapon, and there's also an ammo crate, which you could always get. And it's very nice, very detailed. I really love this place, and an objective can even spawn here too. I think this is one of the better, more well done parts of the map. And as you go to the base landing, you'll be able to find another little motorcycle to go up with. And on the other side, you'll find the base plaza. The base plaza has a parking lot, a very big parking lot at that. And you'll be able to shoot down some zombies here, and a bunch will spawn. Like, literally like a bunch will spawn. It's amazing how many spawn here. And there's a bunch of cars, abandoned cars that have a bunch of snow on it. It makes it feel dead. It makes it feel lonely. It makes it feel like there were people here before, but they just vanished out of nowhere. Obviously, these zombies killed them. On one side, there's a big building. On the other side, there's suites. However, you'll most likely be attracted to the big building first, because everyone loves big buildings. And once you go into the big building, well, you'll be greeted with something that you probably wouldn't have thought would be there: the pack-a-punch machine. At the middle of the map, you'll find that pack-a-punch machine, and I think this is very well placed. It's equal distance to every part of the map, and I really like this. Pack-a-punch should always be equal distance to every part of the map, accessible. And as you go on both sides of this building, you'll find these little suites, these little lodges. And I like the lodges, they look cool. However, there's just no reason to go through them. All you need to do is get pack-a-punch and that's it. You can just leave. I just wish they put more of an incentive. I'm gonna keep on saying this over and over. They just need incentive to make this map good. However, I love the detail they put into these little areas. They all look different. I think these maps are amazing. I love these little parts. I love these little lodges. They're so unique, yet similar. It's hard to explain how I feel about it, but I just really like these parts, these little lodge areas. And they even have bathrooms. Come on, guys. And as you go up, you get to the second floor. There's 3 parts, 3 floors. Each side looks the same, so I'll show you the other side after. However, the buildings and the lodges are the same as the first floor and the second floor. However, the third floor allows you to get a view of the whole thing. And it's a very nice area. It makes it look realistic, but nothing much, nothing too good up there. And on the other side, it's the same thing as the right side. Left side and right side look almost exactly the same, except for the order at which the buildings are placed and the lodges are placed are different each time. Some of them feel lonely, and some of them feel compact. Some of them feel good, some of them don't. I really like some of the buildings. I like the lodges. I love this area. I think it's a very well done place. However, if you get outside of the lodge, you'll find the suites. The base suites. There's about 5 of them. 4 of them look exactly the same. They look just like the one I'm showing you right now. And there's no reason to go through them, except for maybe an intro drop in one of them, which is this little teddy bear that you'll see in a little. And on the other one, the other lodge, well, I'll show you that in a bit. However, this lodge, I love the lodges because they look nice. However, the suites they're all the same. The lodges looked a little different, each one. However, the suites all look the same, except for this one. This one looks different than all of them. However, if you have a keen eye, you'll notice that this is exactly the same as the starting room, except for it has 1 gun, and that's it. There's no difference. I really wish they didn't reuse assets over and over again. This could have been amazing, however it wasn't. They could have done much more with this. However, once you get through this, you'll probably be faced with your next adventure, the base cabins. Once you make your way out of the base lodges, you'll find the base cabins. And the base cabins is just like the map. A bunch of exterior areas surrounding this small, empty area. It's very symbolic to the map. It's a nice place to go and you'll find a bunch of loot there. However, it's just a bunch of little cabins surrounding it. The cabins don't have much to offer. There's no reason to go through each one. You could go into them, but no reason to. It makes the map feel bigger than it actually is. I love how these areas exist. However, I just wish there was a reason to go through them. Like, these loot boxes or whatever they call them are just not enough. And once you go into it, further into it, you'll find this little lake. And in this lake, well, it's just a lake. You'll be able to do whatever you want there. There's a fishing area in the middle. It's nice. However, I wish the ice would break if you shot it and would drown the zombies and create like a new playable area. However, this is fine as it is. I just wish they could have done more with this area. They could have put more in the center of the map, just like the whole entire map. On to the next area. On your way up, you'll find these little areas as you go through. It's a little side country. I like it. There's not much to explain here. It's fun to go through, and there's a bunch of zombies that will try and stop you. And however, it leads you to your next point. The next spot is very fun to go through, which is this is probably my favorite part. It tells you the story. You go to the first aid area and you find a little armor stand. And as you go further out, you'll find a few buildings and ambulances. It shows a very happy message to the player. As you go further in, you'll be able to find the medvac. And as you go through, you'll find zombies roaming around this area. However, if you go through this long enough, you'll find that it's like a big open area. It's a fun area to go through, and I really like this part of the map. It's open, yet there's something always lurking behind it, and there's buildings surrounding it. I like this area a lot. It really does show what this map truly does have to offer. And on the other area, you'll find a way out. A way you could go through a portal. However, if you look to the other side, you'll find a little helicopter pad. And in the helicopter pad, you would have seen that there's no helicopter, showing you that the people escaped. It's a very nice story. It's very good at showing visual storytelling at its peak. And if you go through further even more, you'll find this little cliffside road. And on the cliffside road, you'll find this little maintenance area guarded by fences. This is a very nice area and showing you that it was a real place. It makes it feel like a real place. I like this area so much. There might not be a reason to go through it. However, it tells you a story. It tells you that there is these little areas that people would use to go to each other area. And I like the little vehicles placed next to it. And if you go further in, you'll find the mystery box, Wula, and it's in a very nice area. However, this brings me to my next area, maintenance. This happens to be the second location where you can spawn. And in this area, you'll be greeted with a bunch of zombies, 3 buildings to the right, some maintenance stuff to the left, and a big building in front of you. And as you go through, you'll be greeted with a little oil rig to the side. And you'll be able to see the edge of the map and a way to just jump through another portal. And as you go into this little big building, you'll be able to find a bunch of zombies, and sometimes you'll even be able to find a little loot box. And usually this is a very hard place to go through. However, with the right tools, or if you're on a low round, it'll be easy to go through. Other than the boxes inside, there's no reason to go inside. There really isn't any reason. It just looks nice from the outside and it looks good on the inside. It shows you that Russian propaganda, and it's nice. It's good visual storytelling, and you can tell this is maintenance. It just looks like maintenance. There's tools around and there's little gas tanks around, and it looks nice. You could go into every single one of the buildings. The detail is very well done. I like this place, not as much as the other place that I just went over. However, this is a very well done place. I like the detail. However, it doesn't have a reason to go inside. There's nothing good inside of it. However, you'll be able to find another resting spot as you go to the next area. I like these little hilltop services, and they really do serve to give you more of, well, it just helps you on your journey to the next point. Hillside Cabins are undoubtedly the most boring part of this map. Hillside Cabins are just a few of these same old cabins over and over again, and in the middle there's a little road that connects them all together. I think this is very bland. I wish they'd done more with this, however they didn't. All they did was copy and pasted the same cabins over and over and created a little communal space in between. I really thought they could have made something better out of this. However, they weren't able to pull off anything cool with this, and they were only able to create a tiny little area. It does seem very realistic, however, and I do like the attention to detail they put in. However, I wish they didn't reuse the same buildings over and over again. I like this place, but overall, it's the most boring part of the map. I really like every other part of the map more than this. And this just leads us to our next point. My next area is the bathhouse. As you move into the bathhouse, you'll find one of two entrances. The entrance I'm showing you here shows you, well, a very guarded place. And it shows you a bunch of ethereal crystals at the other side of it. And you'll find this is where they committed all their experiments on the place. This was the excavation site. This was a hidden base. However, if you go from the other side, you'll find a long trail winding downwards, and as you go down and down deeper into the forest, you'll see a building. And as you go further down onto the road, you'll find a bathhouse. The bathhouse is the most important part of this area. It's the biggest building, and right next to it are two bathrooms, which I think are really neat, and I think it shows the comparison quality between the two places that you were just in. And as you head into the bathhouse, you'll see an ammo crate, but other than that, there's nothing much inside. I really like how the bathhouse looks, and if you get an objective that says you have to survive, this is one of the locations that it'll be in. Inside the bathhouse, you'll find, well, a bathhouse and some zombies. It's not a very big place, however, it's a very nice place. I like this addition to the map. And if you go further within this area, well, you'll find another part. You'll find a little parking lot, and you'll find a shop, and you'll find a little city. And if you go into one of these shops, you'll just find, well, a bunch of empty areas, because it's an empty building, it's an empty area, and you'll find the monkey thing too if you search hard enough. However, this part of the map is very nice. I like it. It adds life. However, if you go further in, you'll find ethereal crystals, and you'll find something trying to excavate it. I think this brings a lot of visual storytelling. I think it's very amazing how they did this. I love the visual storytelling in this area. And if you move to the side, you'll find the jump pad, and with this jump pad, you'll be able to go back to the center or any place in the map except for the outside areas. And in this, you'll be able to finally leave the area. And this brings me to my last point, the conclusion. Alpine is an amazing map, and it really shows how amazing Outbreak's details could be. However, I feel what it lacks isn't detail, but I feel it's a lack of incentives to go to the outside areas if your objective isn't there. And another thing I feel is definitely broken is that they kept on copying the buildings over and over again. I think they should have made each building different. I think we see this within the lodges, however, in the other buildings, they're just copy and pasted, and I really do not like this. However, as you finally go out, you'll exfil, or you could go to the next place. I think this should only take you 15 minutes if you're going slow, and only 5 minutes if you're going fast. And I think this is a very well done map. I love this map a lot. It does a lot of things right. However, there's no incentive. And without any incentive, there's no reason to go to the outside parts of the map. It's a big map. And people mistake big for boring. However, it's not boring because it's big. It's boring because it has no incentive. People would love this map so much if they were given a reason to go to the outside areas. Maybe I don't know, maybe some money other than $100, maybe a pack-a-punch, maybe a little side Easter egg. Although there are those littered around the maps, however, they're not done well in my opinion. And as you go further away into the middle of the map, you'll find more detail. But not just more detail, you'll also find more reasons and incentives to go there. However, I really wish the map could have given you more incentive to actually go to other parts than just the middle. Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this retrospective. It took me a while to create. However, finally finished. I'm going to be reviewing each one of the Outbreak maps, and I rate this one a solid B. Oh, I guess like a B. So, it's good. But it's just not to my expectations. I would rate it a 6 out of 10, to be honest with you. And this doesn't match up with the best maps. This isn't amazing. There's just no reason to go to the outside of the maps. And with the big map, it just feels hollow. Being big doesn't make it a bad map. But no incentive to go around the map makes it a bad map. Thank you for watching so much. If you like this, subscribe to the channel, give it a like. If you don't subscribe, you're not getting cookies tonight. Anyways, I really appreciate your support and see you in the next one.